What's the deal with the habits? How to change habits. Coming up. Thanks for tuning in. My name is Isaac and this is Motivation Inspired. If you're checking this channel out, this is your first time, consider subscribing down below. Next to it's a notification bell. You want to click on that so you can have up-to-date videos when I post each and every week. Also, if you want to join me on my business, there's the Business Glue app. It's free. Download it down below. It's going to be a link. And if you want to use some of my products that I'm using right now from Jeunesse Global, also there will be a link underneath the description. Today, we're going to be diving in and how to change your habits. You have habits, I have habits, but how do we recognize the change? Now, I always talk about change and Motivation Inspired. Yeah, I know it's a cliche, but I'm going to break down 3 solutions towards the end, okay? Now, don't be hard on yourself, okay? The reason for that is simply because if you want to make changes in your life, you got to stop saying, I can't do this no more. I feel like an idiot. I can't do this anymore. Why are you hard on yourself? That's the first thing that you need to understand. To change your habit, don't be hard on yourself, okay? Recognize what you decide to do down the road, okay? The next thing is notice your patterns, okay? You're just going to have to pay close attention to yourself, okay? And the reason for that is simply because, we don't notice our habits, right? Do you notice your habits right away? We don't know because it's the way we actually are, believe it or not, do them. We just do them, okay? I suggest to have someone who has, that you can trust, like a family member, your brother, your sister, what have not. They're the ones going to help you for accountability purpose, if you choose to do so, okay? The next thing is your pattern is your behavior that dictates the direction of your life. So if you're noticing your patterns, you notice your behaviors, it also dictates the direction you're going. So what if it's going to a bad direction? You're going to have to reset and draw back and figure out what you're doing to dictate that. You do it by yourself. It's a self thing you do. That's how you dictate your behavior, okay? You don't know it because you're in it, you're doing it, and that's how it actually happens. Believe me, it's happened to me. That's why I said, you know what, I had to think, about these habits that I have, and how does it dictate? How does it lead? What roads that lead me to it? Okay, that's the question you have to answer yourself. Okay, that's in a nutshell what I'm trying to share with you. Now, here are some solutions. Okay, let's recognize the solutions. What you need to do is have a willingness to recognize what you're doing wrong. Okay, so if the pattern, like I said, you're noticing your patterns, you're noticing your behaviors, and you notice the direction. So what are you going to do about it? Okay, so you're going to have to make a game plan for yourself and say, hey, you know what? I realize and I recognize the willingness. So now I change. I start making these changes, okay? I will say certain things this way rather than saying this the bad way. In other words, if you want to talk to people in a good way, talk to them in a good way. Don't talk to them in a bad way, or don't talk to them like you're in demand of some sort, okay? So you don't want to do that, okay? The next thing is the past always reminds you of what happened. So let's say, I always say change is good, and then all of a sudden your change reminds you. So it actually kind of haunts you. It's like, what in the world is going on, right? So your past will always remind you. You say, that's what these actual habits are in my life. That's what I need to change, okay? I went through the same case scenario, the same behavior, the same everything that put me in that position because why? It dictates my behavior, but I recognize my behavior, okay? And that's what you need to do. Always have the willingness to recognize it, to change that. Now, A lot of people make mistakes. Why? Because they don't replace. They always say, I got to replace my old habits. So I don't want you to replace the old habits. So, for example, if you have an addiction of certain things, okay, I'm not going to go through that in details. You know what the addiction is. You know what the habit is, okay? I got to tell you, don't replace these old habits for that. So don't substitute it. That's the whole key. Don't substitute what you need to do, because in the long run, you're trying to get away from these old habits to begin with, because you don't want to create new habits that relate to the old habits. Okay, that's how it works, guys. That's how it works. Thanks for watching Motivation Inspired. Be sure to download the information about Jeunesse Global, the business glue. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thumbs up, share. Please share this video. You made it to the end of the video. Now you get to share. We'll see you on the next video.